Just gonna make a quick video on removing this turbocharger on this longitudinal, not transverse 2.0T, but the same theories apply on how to pop it off the actual cylinder head. If you're removing the turbocharger altogether or replacing it, you have to take off the boost hose, the oil feed and return line, as well as the coolant line from the turbocharger. If you're just replacing the cylinder head, you can put the turbocharger to the side. You don't have to unbolt any of that stuff. Just this bottom support bracket. Take the 13mm bolt out and pry the bar to the side just slightly. Obviously, you got to remove the air box with the intake hose. You got to take out these 4 nuts for the catalytic converter and you can push it straight back. You do not have to take out that primary O2 sensor. Next, in my previous video, I showed getting out that heat shield. Now we have access to these 5 bolts on top of the turbo, 12mm. Yank those out. You don't need to get any more bolts out, just those top bolts. I suggest getting your pry bar handle in here. If it fits, this one doesn't fit very good. Get one that fits better. It fits good enough. Just wiggle it back and forth a little bit, break it loose. See how loose it is? Now take your pry bar out. Now, use both hands. And pull it out just like that. Uncut video, but what I typically like to do is get a little small pry bar in here and help me out. I was just trying to prove you can do it by hand. I would set it like this, and then I would clean my pry bar handle, then I would put it in there, and then I would shake around. But I don't typically do that method anyway, unless I don't have my little tiny pry bar. It might be safer to put a clean rag in the output side of the turbo and shake it loose, rather than jamming something in the intake side. Whatever you're more comfortable with. But please never leave open turbo inlets unattended. Always fill them with something. If you get something in there, it'll damage the turbo. That's big money. Something like this, I typically get underneath here, pry it up and slightly out. To finish out being able to remove this turbocharger, we're gonna get this top banjo bolt out. Crack this second banjo bolt out of the turbo center cartridge, right there. Finish unscrewing it and rolling down your own. There's these 2 8s on the side that hold this line down. Is this hose right here. On this longitudinal, at least, design, you never want to take that hose clamp off. First off, it's hard to get to. Even if you got that bolt out and pulled it all the way up, the hose always seems to stick on that pipe, maybe because of the heat. Much easier to get this hose clamp off to get this hose out of the way. This isn't my favorite pick, but it was handy. I put a little bit of grease on there. Stab it into the hose very gently, and then roll it around. I'm doing this with one hand at the moment, but see how easy that came off? I forgot to mention unclipping this, but that's not a big deal. Make sure you don't lose these clips. There's 2 of them. They go on the cam tray. We're gonna hold this right here. You set the phone down. All you gotta do at this point is just make sure you don't scratch things up too bad. And that's how you remove your turbocharger. This turbocharger has the infamous loose wastegate linkage. It's loose right here, it's loose right here, and that makes it loose in this actual trap door right here. And I've made all kinds of dumb videos about this before, about putting this factory clip on and some kind of trolling video about torching this and bending it with a hammer, but let me just go ahead and cut to the chase. This seems to work pretty well. All you do is put a big pair of pliers right here and gonna hold this down or mount the phone. I'm just gonna put the pliers this other way. I wanna do this right because I wanna get as many likes and shares as possible. So that's all you gotta do right there. Put that little bend in it. Now it's pretty tight right here, pretty tight right here, pretty straight right there. And this trap door is really pretty tight. I could go a little bit more on that bend, but this is good enough. And if you want to, you can put that clip back over here and make it even better. This is the also used clip that they sell with new turbos to help minimize this kind of play in the turbo because they never really fixed the issue. And I've shown this part number before, so go find it yourself. This goes on like this. Right there, and these two little tabs go on either side, and that holds that linkage even more firm. And now we're really good shape. I mean, that's like brand new. So give me a like and subscribe.